we said we'd walk together. Baby, come what.
Good morning. Day 144 has arrived, and we're somewhere in here. I don't know exactly. There's no mile marker. We came off the top of the mountain last night, down about a mile or so, found a dispersed campsite. So I'm going to call it 122 something, 1722. And this is our hike today. We're just going to go as far as we can go. We don't really have a destination. The next shelter would be 16 miles or so, and that might be a little far for us. You can see we start out pretty easy, but then we got a lot of bumping up and down. And it's supposed to rain today, so we'll see how it goes. We'll keep you posted.
Well, good morning to us. We hiked 1,700 miles, and you could get there in 18 hours and 10 minutes by car. How do you feel about that, Pete?
Yeah, but you'd miss all the cool stuff.
In Katahdin, 7 hours and 23 minutes from here, but 500 miles for us. Less than 500 miles. Well, it's pretty cool that somebody did that. That didn't float away yet. Someone told us after Mount Killington, you won't have the mud. And you know what? Even a little bit before, the trail's been like this. A ton of tree roots. There's no doubt about that. And the pine needles. But we still have the mud because of all the rain we've had. But this has been a really nice trail. Nice forest to hike in. Smelling the pines. A lot of birch trees. So this, Sue, I don't know if you know that, but that's the best fire starter. There you have it. Okay, I just want to put on video that white birch you take from the dead trees on the ground. I didn't peel anything off a live tree. Pete gave me his big knife and we were peeling that stuff off. But I also want to say, I woke up and my mini Leatherman was out of my hand, but my mattress was fully inflated. And I was ready in case Weird Guy came along. We have been in the woods all day. Well, it's only 11 and we're only 5.5 miles in. Kind of slow day. A lot of mosquitoes. Glad to be out for 20 feet and then we go back in. Okay, so we're coming out of the woods. Almost 7 miles. And what we're going to come up to is that road there. I think it's called Vermont 12, not sure. But there's a bridge that crosses the river before it. And in far out, it states that the bridge was closed at 3 o'clock yesterday due to damage. And there's no route for northbounders. So we're going to see what's happening when we get up there. There's got to be something. I told Pete we could just walk up to that farmhouse and cut across the road on their driveway. So here's the bridge. We just crossed over. The stairs are all washed out on this side. This tree came down. Look at that, stuck in it. All of that stuff stuck over there. So it was obviously higher than the bridge. But we got to cross, that's all that matters. Oh, look at that's what was holding those stairs up. Wow. There's our blazes. This new construction with all these storms. Bummer. So this was my big fear today, and this is why I pushed for us to put extra miles in, even though poor Pete has a cold, a sore foot. But we're having severe thunderstorms starting at 6 o'clock, flash flooding again, and you have to cross this with that wire right there. And I thought, if we have to cross this after the storm, this is 3 days of no rain. I can't even imagine what it would be like. Now, someone said you can go across a tree down there. I'm going to go check that out. Now, that's looking promising. They said that tree, you could stay dry. Let me see how we can get there. We made it across on that lovely tree branch pile I am so grateful for. Tomorrow, I bet that's underwater. But today, we're across. Now we gotta find a tent site where we won't drift away down the mountain tonight. Okay, I'm filming this twice because I didn't have it on before. We found this little bench, very cool, up on top of the mountain that we climbed. Beautiful view. Look at the mountains. So all we have to do is find a tent site where we won't get struck by lightning, or
maybe some water.
Yeah, some water, and won't get washed away. We did see in far out, 0.7 should have a stream. We're gonna look, see if we can find it. Good evening.
Good evening.
We're really lazy tonight. We're laying on our sleeping bag. We did find a site.
Yep. And right next to the stream. So we came across the stream from that last clip. Good stream, flowing well. Lots of that cold water.
We had our feet in it for a bit. Should have ice cubes in that water.
It was amazingly cold.
It was.
And there's an old unused road right across from the stream, and we're up along there about 100 feet.
Out the window.
Set up the tent. Looks like a good spot. So gonna ride out the storm here tonight.
See what happens.
See what happens in the morning. So not a bad day.
It was a rough day, man. It was hot as hell.
It wasn't hot as hell, but
yeah,
we've just been fatigued. We've just been having a hard time. I mean, it was good trail and some climbing, but nothing we haven't done before, nothing crazy. But man, we just strugled today.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I don't get it.
We'll have to figure that out.
Potassium.
Lisa's convinced if she gets some electrolyte powder, that'll solve her problem.
I'm gonna do that.
But anyway, didn't come across hardly anybody today.
One hiker?
One northbounder, one
southbounder. Okay, so the one that was going northbound, so when we came out of this farmer's field, there was this barbed wire, and there was a sign was on the grass that said, if this is, what did it say? If this is open, please close it when you leave or whatever.
Yeah, hook the barbed wire
Hook
back
the bar.
up.
So Pete grabbed it, and he hooked it all back up, and then like couple hours later, this guy comes up on us who's going northbound, and we were sitting on steps, so we had to get up to let him go by. And I snagged my pack on a piece of barbed wire at a different place, and he's like, yeah, that barbed wire coming out of that farmer's field got me, because it was he was like 2 feet tall, and I don't know, maybe he couldn't cross over it or whatever. But we didn't say, oh, well, Pete put that back up. What else happened?
It was about it. Got across our stream.
We did. Nervous about tomorrow.
Yeah.
I just want to get out of this state and get away from this flooding. And
yeah. Well, now here's the interesting thing, though. I mean, somehow, I don't know why you keep thinking when you cross the state line, like there's a curtain there that cuts the rain off.
Oz is going to be on the other side.
Talked to my sister tonight, and she, they closed the trail. We don't know exactly where, but she was telling us that in Killington, they closed part of somewhere around Killington, they closed the trail. So we got through there just in time, apparently. And in parts of New Hampshire and Maine, they're closing parts of the trail. So, we don't have any authoritative information yet about where, when, and for how long.
Yeah, we haven't had a signal for 2 days.
Couple of days, but
right now, tonight we do, so we'll see what we can find out.
Yeah, so as long as this rain continues, there's going to be a lot of dicey, where can we go, what can we do, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we're just playing it a day at a time. We got fortunate. Had our zero, it worked out for us. We had a planned zero a couple of days ago, and it came
right after the flood.
Just the right time, because there was nowhere to go. So we were holed up at the Greenbrier end, and that all worked out for us. And we've had a couple of days of not much rain.
No, we had no rain.
Well,
there's been no rain like today, yesterday, and the day before.
First time we had 24 hours without rain.
Yeah.
So.
But if it happens, like they said, so it should be today, the rest of today, tonight, it's like 100% on at 9 o'clock. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're just heading to Hanover. Is that it? Hanover, New Hampshire?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have 2 days to get there. So we might just sleep in tomorrow, take our time. Maybe the tent will dry a bit and we can pack it up.
Yeah, let's see what goes. See what happens.
All right, is that it?
I think that's it.
All right. Good night, Pete.
Good night, Lisa.
Good night, everyone.